LinkedIn is a powerful place where you can connect with people in your network, whether you've met them online, you've met them in person, or you've never met them yet. And if we're really going to maximize our LinkedIn, most of the time we want to know how to ask for a referral on LinkedIn. And that is the conversation that we are going to be covering today. As we go through, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put those in the comments below. Happy to hear from you. If you're coming through from Facebook, you may need to go to chat.restream.io/FB in order to have your name showed up, or just in your comment, include your name, and then we'll know who you are. Now, in the conversation today, we're going to talk about a couple of things. The first is what are ways to use LinkedIn for business? Because if we're going to develop these relationships, we've got to make sure we're using it right. Then we're going to talk about using LinkedIn for business networking specifically. There's a couple things that you want to do to help ensure that you're able to connect. Then, this is why we're here, how to ask for referrals on LinkedIn. So I'm going to give you some languaging that will help you ask for referrals in the right way on LinkedIn. Now, will this same thing work on Instagram? Will the same thing work on Facebook? Sure. So you've got the opportunity to use it in other places. And we are also going to talk about how to get those referrals. So we're going to talk about how to ask, but just asking and getting the name isn't enough. We want to actually get those referrals. Now, if you're watching here live today, then we're just going to go through it. If you're watching us on YouTube and our replay, then you can click down below and skip to the conversation that you would prefer to be having. So we're going to start off with ways to use LinkedIn. And to me, one of the most powerful things about LinkedIn is it gives you the opportunity to connect with people. You can reach out, become connections. And as we're becoming those connections, we're going to want to communicate with people. So it's not enough just to let me connect with you. You actually want to interact with people. And I'll talk a little bit more about using LinkedIn for business networking. You can also, another way that you can use LinkedIn is for job searches. And this could be that you're looking for a job. This could be that you're looking to hire somebody for a job. Perhaps you're looking for a subcontractor. Many people do use LinkedIn as a job opportunity, though you might want to be careful and not constantly spam people of, hey, do you want to come work with me? And definitely not, hey, are you interested in the next biggest scheme? No. Another thing that I love for LinkedIn is it gives us the opportunity to share successes, to share testimonials. And so you can have people in your network share, here's what you've done for them. So I encourage you to beef up your testimonial section if you have not already. Plus, LinkedIn also gives you, it's almost kind of like an online resume, but we're not limited to one page. There's lots of other things that we can put on our resume in addition to just, here's where we worked in the past. You can have featured products, you can have articles, you can have posts, you can have videos. There are so many things that you can do to use LinkedIn for business. And when it comes to business networking, first off, please have a picture. It still blows my mind that people don't have a picture or a professional photo on LinkedIn. We don't need your selfie. That is not a professional way to be on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a much more professional platform than any of the others that I can think of. So you want to make sure that your profile is complete. You have a professional headshot. And here's the thing, just because it's professional doesn't mean it has to be super stuffy. I know Lisa Demi, who is a friend from the National Speakers Association, in her, title, what does it have? She also has a truck hat aficionado. So, she talks about what she does for business, but here's a little bit of fun. On mine, I definitely mentioned something about my socks because that's a big part of who I am as my brand. Now, you can't tell that here. Somebody was like, you should do more videos where you're standing up so we can see your socks. And I'm like, yeah, but this little whole thing I know is very talking head. It's small, but that's, 2 feet of me. If I stand back, then I'm going to be really teeny tiny and you got all this other space stuff going on. So pretend that you can see my socks. They're really cool. I always have socks handy. No, apparently not that handy. I've always, these are my socks with my socks. So, do you have something fun that's part of your brand that you could include in your LinkedIn profile? If you do, please drop that in the comments. What helps you be memorable? What helps you stand out? So we want to make sure our profile is up to date. And then I think we want to use LinkedIn for networking. Now, we're not going around the room and talking to people. However, we do have the opportunity to comment. So to me, if there's people that I'm trying to build relationships with on LinkedIn, I'm going to go to their page and see what are they posting. And I'm going to comment on their articles and their posts. Now, you don't want to be like uber stockish about it and, ooh, let me go like the, comment on your last 27 posts. But maybe every couple of days you go in and you post, okay, hey, yeah, it's, this is a great idea, or I love that. We're able to begin to create some of that know, like, and trust by making the comments. And here's the thing, if you already know the person because you've met them in person, that's okay too, but are we building and developing more of that relationship? I really think that they need to change. It's not, we call it referral marketing, but I think we really should call it relationship marketing, because it's about the relationship that you have with people. And what we're doing online is just getting the opportunity to build more of that know, like, and trust first, because people aren't going to refer you if they don't know, like, and trust you. Which brings us to this, like, how to ask for a referral on LinkedIn. And as I mentioned, this could work on Facebook. This can work on Instagram. I'm not cool enough to be on TikTok. I am still waiting for somebody to do this on TikTok and then let me know how it goes. But you can also do this in a one-on-one conversation if you're talking to somebody on the phone, you're over Zoom, you're at a networking event talking to them in person. Now, most people, when they ask for referrals, they say, do you know someone that needs my product or service? And there's a couple things wrong with that. First, do you know anyone that needs my product or service? When you ask the brain, do you know anyone? Most of us, our brain's tired. We've got tons of stuff going on. We're inundated all the time. And so we're not like overjoyed with, okay, yeah, let me give you this stuff. So if our brain can say no, it does. Like if it's hard, it does. Like when you're like, I don't know, that's your brain just telling you I'm too tired to think about it. Next time somebody says, I don't know. Yeah. Next time you say, I don't know, you're like, oh, wait, do I really not know? Or I just didn't feel like thinking about it. Interesting, fun thing to do. So when you say, do you know anybody that needs my product or service? First off, it's hard on the brain, so we don't want to do it. It's easy to say no. The second thing is, if I'm going to ask for the referral and I say, who needs my product or service, essentially what I'm doing is I'm saying to you, you know what? I have no idea who would be a good client for me. So I'm hoping that you do and you can help me out. To me, when we want to generate referrals for our business, we want to make it easy for people to refer us. So our goal is KISS, keep it short and simple and make it easy. So what we want to do instead is share, I'm expanding my business and I need your help. Who do you know who? And then give us a specific referral request. Now, a sample could be, I'm expanding my business and I need your help. Who do you know who just had a baby and lives in an apartment in Tampa? I'm expanding my business and I need your help. Who do you know who's in charge of the local chamber of commerce? I'm expanding my business and I need your help. Who do you know who is retiring this year from Bank of America? It gives us an opportunity to be very specific. So in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. I'm expanding your business and not your business. Who do you know who? Who would be that ideal referral request? And thanks for whomever this is, Facebook user, I'm not sure who you are. Thanks for sharing. Glad to have you here with us. And thank you for sharing, and hopefully we'll get your referral requests. So what would be that ideal referral? And I do have other videos on YouTube that you can check out if you need more ideas on generating, like being that specific. We go much more in depth. This is kind of the Cliff Notes version because we're trying to keep these lives between 10 and 15 minutes. And that would be like a whole nother 10, 15 minutes just on being specific. We like to say be specific to be terrific. Okay. So you put that social media post out there and you said, hey, y'all, I'm looking for this referral. Who do you know who? And your network's saying, oh, Susie and Mary, and they're tagging people away. What not to do is reach out to them and say, hey, Susie tagged you on my post. You're a good client for me. Let's chat. I mean, we all get those spammy messages on LinkedIn. Just not cool. Don't do that. What I would recommend that you do is, if Susie said, hey, I know the person that you're looking for, I would reach out to Susie and say, oh my gosh, Susie, thanks so much for saying that you know Grogu from Star. Yeah, I'm going to get a little nerdy there. But we'll just say Grogu's the guy's name, Star's the name of the company. If you get it, you can put in the comments below, haha, or something of that nature. But so I've asked for a specific, Susie has the specific person to refer me to. And so I say, Susie, thank you so much. And this could be a call, a text, a message, whatever. I would really appreciate if you could help introduce me to Grogu. Now, I happen to prefer an email communication. Some people prefer text. Some people prefer social media. It's a total personal preference. Which do you prefer? What kind of communication do you prefer? But I'd say, Susie, would you be willing to send Grogu this email on my behalf? Now, in this whole vein of let's make things easy, I actually have a script written out that I can send to my referral sources that they can just cut and paste. So we don't even have to make it like this huge work for them. It's just, hey, would you cut and paste this and copy me when you email Grogu? That would be really great. And what this does is, instead of me reaching out and having to like convince the person, I'm using the credibility that my network has built up to make that referral a little bit higher of a shade, much more likely for me to close it. And that's, to me, is the goal. We want to make it super easy for people to refer us, so it's much easier for us to be able to close that referral. And again, remember, LinkedIn is an online network. You've got to work the network. You can't just be there to sell. You can't just be there to take. Interact with the people in your network that have the relationships that you're looking to make. And remember this idea of givers gain. You want to give first so you can gain, because we got to have those relationships last. And they've got to be mutually beneficial to both parties if they last. So in the comments below, if you're watching this on the replay, if you're watching this on YouTube, I would love to hear your thoughts. What have you been able to do in the past with asking for referrals on LinkedIn? And what have been your results? And I look forward to seeing you again in a couple days. Thank you so very much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to get updates when we have new content coming out. And I love when you like and comment below. Let us know how you're going to use today's information.